Anyway, welcome to Circle Jerks.
13.
Yeah, thank you. I'm in trouble. 13. We're gonna.
Good old lucky
this
13.
This is lucky number 13. That's right. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Jennifer Lawrence and her whole inventory of shall we call it photo art that's been
just
leaked.
the slew of celebrities that were thrown in there.
Yeah, it's becoming a real thing, and we'll talk a little bit about the morality around that or lack thereof. We're also going to talk about Doug Ford, your potential next mayor of Toronto. More on that later. And we're also going to talk about attack ads and getting dirty, which is a nice way to close out the show. So here today we have Brent Williams, myself, and of course producer James Stacey, always along for the ride. So let's dig into Jennifer Lawrence if nobody has any objections. I think somebody already did.
Wow, yeah. Well, you know, how much do I have to pay to dig into Jennifer Lawrence? Right?
I would assume that it's a little bit out of our price range.
Yeah, like at least $1 million.
Well, let's just go around the room here. Who's seen the photos?
I have.
I'm ashamed to admit I looked at them. You know, I saw them. Not necessarily ashamed, but I feel kind of immoral doing it.
Stop telling yourself that. Because no, you don't.
I have to protect myself from myself.
Stop showing off for the radio. No, you don't.
Our 4 listeners will be surprised to learn that I actually have not looked at the pictures. I've been a good boy. I've managed to resist the temptation, and I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing.
You're just torturing yourself.
So, I can sense that there's a divide in the room over the morality of this. Brent, is it moral or immoral to look at somebody's leaked nude pictures, or is someone like Jennifer Lawrence a special case?
It's amoral. It doesn't matter who they are. Just because they're celebrities doesn't get it a free pass. Obviously, it's an invasion of privacy. But shit, if there's a car crash on the side of the road, is it amoral to stand and go, oh man, look at that mangled guy? But you still look, don't you? That car's on fire, and along with the guy in it. What a spectacle! But there's also the aspect of you got to know what you're doing and what technology's capable of. You send a nudie, there's a good chance it's going to be on the internet. It's just too easy now.
Especially when you're super famous and every guy in the world wants to fuck you.
Of course. So that's a different discussion, is her choice to do that, but...
Well, we'll park that, because we should come back to that.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting from you is that you acknowledge that it's probably wrong, and yet you also are not going to not do it.
Precisely.
I'm not the guy that leaked it. It's just if it's on Google, it's not my fault.
It's already out
right.
there. But the thing is, I wouldn't watch one of those murder videos of one of those journalists in Iraq right now being murdered by ISIS.
It's there.
I wouldn't watch it because I would feel disturbed by it.
It's funny. Some people are perfectly fine to watch a beheading, but they think it's wrong to enjoy the gift from God that is Jennifer Lawrence.
That's true.
Where's the line here?
I guess everybody's got their guilty little pleasure. Whether you like watching journalists get their heads cut off or come on Jennifer Lawrence's face.
But that beheading video is considered journalism. Jennifer Lawrence is just smut, but folks love smut.
I don't know. I can't exactly play the holier than thou card on this, because it's not like I haven't looked at leaked naked pictures of celebrities before or watched sex tapes. Let's be real. Every guy has done that. It's maybe it's too much to ask of one man to not do that. But I don't know.
You're showing great restraint, by the way.
I don't know why. For me, this is a line in the sand. And I feel like if I cross it, I feel like this is my moral event horizon, you know? Like if I cross that, you're not coming back. You're just a bad guy now. And I don't know. I know I'm a bad guy, but I don't want to be irredeemable even in my own mind, you know what I mean?
I don't understand how this is any different than any other leaking of photos. Why are people making a stir now?
It's not. I think that it's become so pervasive that people are starting to say, is there any privacy anymore? Do we have any respect for this? If we don't, then I guess that's one path you can go down. But if you want to have respect for people's privacy, at some point you have to say, I'm not going to partake of this.
Well, everybody should probably just man up, because it was about 5 years ago when we lost our privacy, and I don't know why we're acting so surprised now.
I mean, if you use the internet or cell phone networks, everything you do there is open. You know?
How long have you had a cell phone? Yeah, that's when your privacy went away, dumbass. Not when Jennifer Lawrence's fucking photos came up last week. Oh, technology can do this. Where's privacy? Yeah, it was gone in 2006.
Yeah, I mean, and we
Stop acting so shocked.
It's not surprising.
I'm not saying it's right, because it's not. But
Well, let's go back to the issue that you raised, which is a really, really controversial one, actually. Well, if you don't want this to happen, the easiest way is to just not take pictures with cum on your face. Just don't do it. Don't send them to your boyfriend. It's kind of like
it's not a good idea. Well, this is something that they have to teach in elementary school now, to like the grade 6s. Don't take pictures of yourself. Don't take videos of yourself.
My theory is that people can't resist taking incriminating pictures of themselves any more than we can resist looking at them. It's a bi-directional kind of system.
That's a good relationship to describe.
She should have known better.
Been had.
And I know everybody's gonna go, oh, you're blaming the victim. You're blaming the victim.
That's exactly what the
Jesus Christ. I'm just saying, as soon as you took the pictures, you overstepped the line into what was possible. I guess it's okay when it's like Nicole Richie or somebody, but now it's our beloved Jennifer Lawrence, so I guess now it's an issue. An Oscar winner's tits are on the internet, also with cum on her face. Well, oh no, this is a problem. Well, it's been a problem for a long time.
See, here's what I will say. If you want people to not look, there's got to be some kind of reward for not doing it. Like, I have...
Dignity? Sorry.
I mean a tangible reward, James. I'm in a dignity deficit now. I'm just paying down my lack of dignity. I'm just trying to get back to no dignity. But I mean, there's got to be some kind of agreement we can reach with women. We won't participate in this if you give us some kind of concession, like, I don't know, just a free hug. Is that too much to ask for? Just a hug?
Free hug.
I don't know. I feel like I've done the right thing, and nobody's. I haven't gotten anything out of this. So now I'm starting to think, like, real talk, I might never consensually get to see Jennifer Lawrence's tits. I mean, at some point you got to face that might never happen for me.
That's the whole point, is there's no risk in just looking.
I just feel like somebody should come out and tell me I'm a good boy.
He should write her a letter. Dear Jennifer, I want you to know that I did not look at your boobs.
If you would like to send me a consensual photo,
Yep.
I would be amenable to that. Jennifer, I've been a really good boy. I hate the Hunger Games, but I really like you, and I respect you too much to look at your internet tits. So please do the safe thing and send me a hard copy.
No pun intended.
And he'll make his hard copy.
This is a family show.
This is a family show.
Bobby, if you're watching this, stop listening.
Bobby, if you're listening to this, open another window and Google Jennifer Lawrence's tits.
Yep.
So I guess the takeaway from Jennifer Lawrence is, it's wrong, but you're a bad person, so you're probably going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's fair enough. I can live with that. All right, speaking of bad people you're going to live with, Doug Ford is running for mayor of Toronto now in the place of Rob Ford, who we're not going to talk about because we are above that.
Yeah. So just Rob Ford, thanks for all the memories, and hopefully he has a speedy recovery, and that's it. Thanks for all the great memories.
I feel like I'm going to edit in here a montage with like Time of Your Life playing in the background. Rob Ford bumping his head into the camera.
Oh, holy Christ.
Oh, remember when we said we weren't going to do this, but we're totally doing this.
Hey, I think we owe him a farewell.
Remember that time he said he didn't smoke crack? Then you should play right after that, the time that he gets in front of the media and says that he smoked crack that one time during a drunken stupor. The old drunken stupor. Remember he touched that woman's ass at the party?
Oh, good times.
Remember when he used city money for his football team?
Remember when he was drunk speaking patois?
Yep. Remember when he got caught smoking crack again?
Remember the drunken death threats?
Yeah. Remember when he let that drunk chick drive his SUV at rehab? Remember when he went up to rehab but didn't go up to rehab? Why are you in Hamilton? Aren't you supposed to be in Muskoka? Remember when he was hanging around with drug dealers at a gas station, clearly buying drugs? On camera. You could see it. Remember he was on Jimmy Kimmel? Thanks for the memories, Rob.
Thanks.
It's been a great couple years.
Or the time where he was telling us all how much he likes to eat his wife's pussy.
Yeah. He's got enough to eat at
It's
home.
something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. But anyway, Doug Ford is now running for mayor.
That Brock Lesnar looking motherfucker.
He does look like Brock Lesnar.
It's frightening.
It's unnerving. That's the thing is that Rob Ford, as bad as he was, it's hard to you can't be frightened of the guy.
No,
He
because
looks like the fucking Michelin Man. Doug Ford is leaner and meaner, and this guy actually might be able to get some shit through.
Yeah.
And that's the scary part.
and he's got some scary ideas, man. You want to talk about bad radio, by the way? Speaking of bad radio, in which we weren't, but we are. Doug Ford show, the Brother Bear show.
Have you actually listened to that? I can't.
Maybe
I've
about
never
2
even
minutes
tried.
once.
Really?
Yep.
Oh my God! Congratulations.
That's 2 minutes though. I know it was tough though. It was tough to listen to.
How were they?
Well, they're just dangerous morons with way too much money. They're just angry guys.
What I really wonder about Doug is how is it that he has just stepped in
Yeah,
and completely taken Rob Ford's
just
momentum.
Kobe'd.
I was under the impression that even most people who liked Rob Ford did not like Doug. Apparently, I'm mistaken. in
Maybe
that.
people are so dumb they actually think it's the same person and they don't know that they've done the swap. But I'm thinking Doug Ford was looking, well, okay, Rob, it's not looking good, man. A lot of people hate you. Why don't I just swoop in, take the good momentum, and then I'll be the next mayor of Toronto.
It wouldn't
And we'll
surprise
get
me
our
if
agenda.
Doug's been waiting to weasel his way
Yep.
in this whole time.
Because
Because
he's a slime ball like that.
yeah, and you know what? He's gotten a lot of sympathy out of the fact that his brother's got a tumor.
Yep.
And to be honest with you, I can't. I feel bad for Rob Ford a little bit.
Yep.
I can't bring myself to feel bad for Doug.
He's an asshole.
He's an enabler. He's totally used and abused his brother. He's been acting like he's the deputy mayor. You're not the deputy mayor. You're just a counselor.
Yep.
You
He's a
can't-
goon. He's a goon. He's his bodyguard, and now the bodyguard's going to be mayor.
You just
Oh, good. The enforcer, the muscle, is now in charge of the city, almost, probably.
well, what is he? He's running second
Yeah.
to John Tory, who's
As long
running.
as John Tory doesn't put his foot in his mouth.
Oh,
Not
no,
like that's never happened.
Tomorrow he's gonna come out with some policy for free inflatable castles for immigrants or something, and he's gonna lose.
Yep. He's going to screw it up. And
He'll come out with something stupid like he always
and,
does.
and who knows where Olivia Chow is.
Yeah, that's something else that's surprising. I thought that she was
Where's
gonna
Yeah,
this?
where'd she go?
a year and a half ago. It was like
The sure
everybody
thing.
wanted her.
Sure thing.
I thought so.
Apparently, for some reason, Toronto still wants a conservative mayor. I don't know why you would want that.
Maybe they just don't want a woman.
There's just like lots of
There's
business
a
owners
lot of
down there,
people
you know?
that are like Rob Ford and Doug Ford out there.
They're all rich capitalists.
Really
kind of
rich
people.
white guys.
Yeah.
Maybe
They don't want an Asian and they don't want a woman. So we'll take John Tory instead.
I wouldn't doubt it.
We'll
you
take the guy that smoked crack before an Asian woman.
how do you wake up in the morning knowing that you came third to a guy who smoked crack?
And then lost to his brother who swooped in a month before the
Who
election.
I was under the impression again that everybody hated Doug. Is
Yep.
it just us who think that he's worse?
No, I think that's the general consensus.
He's the Dick Cheney. He's the guy who this guy has power, but he could never win it himself. That was
He's-
always my assumption about
He's
him.
the wizard.
That bit,
Well,
like-
Toronto's still a very conservative city, like we were talking.
Well, no, it's
Well,
not.
yeah.
It's not Toronto so much as the surrounding area. The war on the car folks.
War on the car, folks.
The people in Scarborough who really want this subway that they don't really need or deserve. Whoops, did I say that? Too bad.
Yeah.
Nobody else is going to say it, Scarborough. Fuck you.
Yeah. Shout out to Scarborough, which never happens.
No, it's all the people around. But I don't want to go and say that it's because she's a woman. I think Olivia Chow is pretty uninspiring as a person, isn't she? Like the magic. I think the whole Jack Layton, that magic is gone. It doesn't really
think-
rub off onto her because
yeah.
she's awkward and stilted, and she doesn't come off like a real person when
Yeah.
she talks. You can't connect with her. I think she's probably just too clever by half, which apparently is a bad thing. In
She's not
politics now.
saying the right things, apparently.
Well,
Precisely.
the last policy thing I read from her was she was talking about changing the way that the sidewalks are shaped at intersections, making them square because apparently that's safer. And I was like, oh yeah, that's a real shot in the arm. That's really going to take you to the tippy top. Why don't you just go whole hog and propose some moving sidewalks? Bring Toronto into the 22nd century.
Yep.
Bam. Fuck 21. We're going to 22.
Yep. We're going to party like it's 2200.
But anyway, we'll see if Doug Ford's popularity holds, or whether this is just a tumor bump that he's getting. Because it could,
boy.
is that low?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Well, no,
No,
you got to
I-
think of it. You got to think, though. You got to think. It doesn't hurt.
Is it? I think a lot of it is sympathy. Because watching him speak about his brother, you're like, oh man, this family shit just keeps getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
These people have had a rough 4 years. Whatever you want to say about them, and there's plenty to say.
But they don't do anything to help themselves.
Nope. In fact, they make it worse, and then they turn around and ask for sympathy.
That's the worst part, is when it comes down to it, they're not nice people.
Nope.
And it sucks, because when even bad things happen to bad people, you still got to feel bad, which sucks, because
I don't.
he's still a guy,
I just want him out of the public office. That's all I care about.
even if he's an asshole.
Yeah.
It's just hard, because you want to go karma, right? But
No time to hate him, right?
You know, you reach a point with somebody where, I don't know, I had a moment where, like, with the crack stuff, it was funny at first. You're like, holy shit, you can't imagine this kind of stuff. You couldn't write this.
Yeah.
And then after a while, it was like, this is a little bit played out. And then it was like, this is actually really sad. This guy's
Yeah.
got a fucking problem.
Yep.
But then you're like, wait a minute. This guy's a racist. He's homophobic.
Yep.
He's a moron.
Yep.
He's a danger to the city. He's a liar. He's a drunk. He's in denial. His family enables him. Why? At some point, you know, if you ever have dealt with somebody who's a parasitic piece of shit in your life, at some point you have to stop feeling sorry for them
Yep.
and start blaming.
Yep.
Otherwise, you're just gonna snap. So I don't know. The human part of me, the little shriveled conscience inside of me that still is clinging on for dear life, wants to feel bad, but every other part of me goes, you bought it.
I guess.
You have to wear it. Anyway, we should probably press on.
Speaking of elections, attack ads.
Yeah, James, you read an article about this. Would you like to share the contents therein?
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, a summary of it is essentially that Canadian politics has been, wrought with attack ads. It started with kind of the Nixon era, right? But it's actually insane how they just use negative media, and it's so exploitative about the whole thing. This Rob Ford thing's exploitative in the same way that attack ads are exploitative, and that's if you take a look through history, all the campaign ads have been negative, exploiting a negative part of the other person's campaign up until basically Justin Trudeau decided not to do that. And I don't know how successful it's going to be.
I think everybody always says they're not going to use attack ads, and then they end up using them
Because you have to.
because people like it.
I just really hope that they don't. I mean, has the NDP ever done that? Oh yeah, they have.
All the time.
They've done that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, left-wing people try to be like, oh, we don't do that. We're all about, like, yeah, fuck you. You're just as bad as the other guys.
I haven't actually seen any ones by the Green Party. Any
Green
ad
Party doesn't
campaigns.
do that.
I don't think they would do any negative
They're
ones.
saving up for their first commercial.
They have
It's
$500
going to
bucks.
be like in like the back page of the paper, and it's going to be like one of those. It's going to be like $20, but it's all they can afford.
Ooh. Elizabeth May in her one piece. That's me. She's a smart lady.
The Green Party's
George
all right.
LaRock.
In a one piece.
Yeah. It wouldn't be the first time, and it won't be the last.
I mean, there's a point to these negative things because you have to point out what someone's doing wrong.
Well, that's again what we were saying earlier. Like, how do you do an ad about Stephen Harper that isn't an attack ad? Just saying the things that he does are attacks.
Even trying to compliment him, you go, well, wait, that's not a good thing.
Oh wait, there's just nothing good about this
Yeah,
guy.
there's nothing good about this guy. What do we say? Other than make a commercial that just says, Stephen Harper, fill in the blank.
Why don't you tell us what you
tell
don't
us
like
what
about him?
you think. When I say Stephen Harper, what do you think of?
That'd be a good commercial. It's just a Mad Lib. Get the family to gather around the TV. Let's
Go
fill
get
this
your
in
kid.
together.
Stephen Harper, what do you think of? It's like it's like an ink blot test. Just a picture of Stephen Harper. What's the first word that comes to mind? Asshole.
Enough said.
Plank of wood.
That's kind of sad though.
I think the CBC, because they're really hurting for ideas, they should get Stephen Harper and Keanu Reeves. People will love this, and get them to have a staring contest. Put it on before the hockey game, so people get really pissed. So one of them has to blink, or we don't get hockey. Oh man, what a Canadian spectacle that'd be! Blink, one of you motherfuckers! Blink! God, the Leafs are on. God, hopefully it doesn't cut in, because it's already gonna be 2-0 after 3 minutes.
I think the reason why people always resort to attack ads is because, in the first place, we don't really talk about ideas anymore.
Because there really
Like,
aren't.
There aren't any, and there really aren't any choices anymore.
Nope.
So instead of talking about ideas, we talk about just sort of general, vague perceptions of things. We call it branding. And so really what's more important is your brand than any of your serious ideas. Like people are like, oh, conservatives save money, even though they haven't balanced a single budget since they've been
They're
in power.
awful.
They're just as bad as the liberals. But because being good with money is part of their brand, they're just somehow untouchable on that.
Yeah, every time he hears Harper's name, it's always that he's also an economist, right? That's
Yeah.
where he got his undergraduate training and everything like that. It was not in law, but in
Also,
economics.
he got his undergrad in being a bitch too. Little whiny bitch. Oh God, can you imagine that guy in university? He's that guy that was like, no, nobody wants to be your friend, man.
Wearing cowboy hats, and people are like, aren't you from Ontario? No, I'm
No.
from Alberta.
I'm from Alberta.
I've always been here. It's not what he sounds like, but fuck him.
Can you imagine being like that kid where like you were in grade school with Stephen Harper and you're like, man, I could have thrown a rock at his head. Everything would have changed. Maybe I would have hit him in a certain spot, maybe dumb him out a little bit, and we'd be saved from all this crap. Can you imagine the guilt that guy probably has?
I bet you he was the kid who sat in the back of the class. By the way, this is now an attack ad. Our discussion about attack ads has turned into a series of ideas for attack ads.
Yeah.
So sink your teeth in, Tom Mulcair.
Yeah, you better be taking notes, man.
Stephen Harper was totally the kid who sat in the back of the class and wore like the pants that were up to his nipples.
Oh yeah,
The
100%.
kid, one of those kids who was like born with a comb over,
Yeah.
just really quiet, but at the same time he's got this demonic glint in his eyes. Like that guy's gonna kill people. Like, I'm sure he was smart, but probably like
made him do their homework.
you know, like in a horror film where you have that genius demon child.
Yeah.
I think he was like a really boring version of that.
What would the
No, he's
impression
just
be?
so weirdly calm all the time.
I can't come out to play today. I gotta go to church. I gotta go to church. I've been a bad boy. I gotta confess. Holy fuck, Steve.
This is getting really creepy now.
I can't even add to
But I
that.
really hope that it's true.
Well, can you see him being the class clown?
Nope.
Like,
Guy can't spell a personality. But the worst part is like he almost feeds on the bullying because the last elections have been them just like look at the last one. Leighton and Ignatieff, and he just stands there and smiles at the camera and then calmly goes, well, that's just untrue. And let me go on and not even answer your question and just spill more bullshit in your mouth. And it's just he's so eerily calm about things.
And he's smirking.
And he's just like,
yeah, he's gotten really good at just standing there and going, well, respectfully, you know.
Canadians wouldn't agree. I speak for all Canadians. You speak for me one more time, I'm going to come to Ottawa and throw a rock at your head. I'm going to redeem that kid in grade school. Seriously. For all the lawyers and police listening, that is not conspiracy. I'm talking in hypotheticals.
Hypothetically,
I will throw a rock at the Prime Minister's head.
it's not illegal if it's hypothetical.
I mean,
Right, Steve?
I think it's a curiosity we've all indulged in once or twice.
No, you know. Well, I think we're all known for our curiosity.
I can't speak to that.
Personally, I often go off the beaten path in the bedroom myself.
That's uncalled for.
I'm about 50 yards into the woods sexually, you know. I'm out there.
Well, on that note,
Well, maybe Stephen Harper should try some heroin. Maybe he would relax a bit.
no, he doesn't need to relax. That's what we've been saying. The guy's just so chill, but he just snaps sometimes. When he's in front of anybody, he's just like he might as well be dead because he's like a ninja. He can slow his heartbeat, and he's just like creepy. Nobody should be like that.
You know what? Fuck all this. I don't like the era we're living in politically because we need to get back to the old times when a political leader was so far above you, you didn't dare look them in the eyes.
Yeah.
Now they're all trying to be normal people, and it's creepy because they are. They're clinically dead.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton is clinically dead.
Yeah.
She's like hair. It grows, but it's not alive, you know?
No, it's not alive.
And when these people try to act like normal people, like they try to go to a barbecue with their sweater vest on and be like, oh, I eat processed meat too. No, you don't.
Yeah, like the Galen Weston commercials where he's eating with the regular folks. Fuck you, Galen. Get away from my barbecue, you creepy fuck. You're scaring the kids. You're scaring No, I don't want to try the new matzo sticks from President's Choice. They're like $12. There's no reason for this to be $12. I can get the no-name kind for like $4. Get off my property.
Yeah, and like you eat $12 matzo sticks, you probably make $10 million a year. You dirty bastard.
Yeah.
I'd rather have these people actually just behave as though they have the amount of power they actually have, rather than playing the I like beer and hockey and Tim Hortons too, eh?
Yeah, like him and Obama like betting on the hockey game, and he sent and Obama sent him a pack of Canadian. Whatever happened to that pack of Canadian? Yeah, during the 2010 Olympics, they had a bet, and Barack Obama sent. Because we beat the shit out of them in overtime. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, I watched that.
Yeah, silver medal, by the way.
Silver
medal. How's that taste, Ron Wilson? Oh, I didn't know it was allowed to bounce off the referee's skate. Oh, that was shut up. He sent a 2-4 of Canadian to Harper's house. You know he didn't drink that.
Yeah,
Stephen Harper can't drink beer. It'll fucking fry his circuits.
Yeah, maybe his weird bitchy wife drank it and went on a bender and started yelling at him. Maybe she lost it for a couple days. She drank a 2-4 and just snapped. And Steven's like, okay, kids, we got to go to Grandma's house. Mom's got to drink this one out.
And another thing, Steve, why do you just lay there? Why do I always have to be on top? I don't think Canadians would agree.
This is an attack ad. Your wife, like, that woman's on Quaaludes.
I would hope so.
Get her off the news, man.
Holy God, this person.
When she's hanging out with all the other first ladies, like when she's hanging out with Michelle Obama, you know in the back of Michelle Obama's mind's like, this bitch is off the wagon. This bitch is off the wagon.
This is some Betty Ford shit.
But on that note, I do like the decadent cookies from President's Choice. They're great chocolate chip.
they're great.
Mr. Weston, you make a good cookie.
Well, I think that summarizes all the major intellectual points we wanted to make here today.
I'm getting a letter in the mail.
Well, thank you for listening to Circle Jerks 13 on behalf of Brent Williams, our producer, the glorious Goldilocks James Stacy, and myself, Robbie Woods. Thank you for coming down. And
go pick yourself up some decadent chocolate chip cookies. You will not be disappointed.
get some decadent chocolate chip cookies, go home, and just look at Jennifer Lawrence's tits.
Why not? Because it's Canada and we have free speech.
For now,
For now.
see you next time.